Beeple, the artist Beeple, sold his 500-day NFT for $69.2 million, right? It was all a big marketing ploy, right? Some of these whales that had Ethereum that now have like $60 million or $600 million decided to create this kind of excitement around NFTs.
Mhm.
So people went to Sotheby's and put this thing up on sale, and these whales started competing against each other, but they all knew what the game was. The game was that they were going to reach a critical level of $69.2 million, and they were going to be in the New York Times the next day, and it was going to be all about NFTs. Brilliant marketing idea, right? I mean, you're basically saying, I would be like me saying to you, hey, Nigel, I'm putting out an NFT. You got a ton of money. I want you to spend an insane amount of your money on this NFT, and then we're going to get an article in the New York Times, and then everyone's going to hear about NFTs, and we're going to kick off an industry. And that's exactly what happened. And so what you have right now is kind of a staccato movement, right? A kind of start and stop that you're seeing, right? First it was art, then it was utility, then it was gaming, right? And all of these are kind of moving forward, but they're still not the future of NFTs. They're
Right.
still, do you like the artwork? Yeah, I like the artwork. Do you like the utility behind this artwork? Which means, like, let's go through this. So, Bungie project. So I own a Bungie, right? I love the artwork. I happen to love the artwork. I also love Wabby Punks. I have a shit ton of Wabby Punks at this point. Insane amount of Wabby Punks. Now, they started off as free. Anytime somebody puts it up for, sells their Wabby Punk for free, because I grabbed I don't know, 50, 60 of them at the free point. Some people go in, I don't know why they do this, but they then let theirs go for $0 because they're upset with the utility. But there is no utility behind this. It was just art, right? But then you have projects like Magic Mushroom Clubhouse, Panda Dynasty, things that I'm kind of invested in because I want to see where the utility is going. And that utility can be, for Panda Dynasty, it's video game. They're creating a video game. They do puzzles. That's how they entice their community. With Magic Mushroom Clubhouse, they've given free NFTs that are pets to the mushrooms that you bought. They have this psyllium that has a marketplace, so you collect psyllium on Saturday, and then you can bid on things in the marketplace. But this is all very rudimentary. This is all very elementary stuff in this market. You have to realize that those utility projects were only 10,000 NFTs, of which many people grabbed 2 or more. So now, see, this is what a lot of people didn't understand. 5,000 people isn't a lot of people. How do you generate interest? Now you only have 10,000 in your NFT series. You've sold them for a couple of $100, maybe even like a Bored Ape Yacht Club is a couple of $1,000. Bored Ape Yacht Club may be selling for millions of dollars. Guess what? There's still only 10,000 of them. And at some point, even if everyone who owns one only owns one, that's still only 10,000 people. That doesn't even sell out the Red Bull Arena,
Right.
right? You can't even sell out. I can't go to NBC and say, I mean, they're going to try to do it, go to NBC and say, hey, I have 10,000 people that love this product. Get me a show. What are you talking about, get you a show? You only have 10,000 people. Maybe you only have 5,000 people. So like that all has to like be reworked. And that's why you're seeing kind of this start and stop. Like, it used to be like you would want to get onto a white list and you would have to be on the Discord and you'd have to be talking to people all the time. Now these projects are free. Now the excitement is, can we give things away and then give utility behind it? But the only people that can really do that are well-funded projects or projects that just have artwork, that just want to get rid of it, and they have no intention. They're not rug pulling, which means that they're gonna, pull the rug out from under you. You've spent money on this, 200 people, 5,000 people spending $200. you make a lot of money on those, right? And then the royalties and everything like that. But that's kind of this staccato movement, this start and stop. But until we really move into NFTs being a major source of, utility that you and I are going to use to fill up our car with gas, or, tie our bank accounts to, or tie our health information or insurance and things like that. This is all kind of just play, right?
Right.
Think
It's
about
almost
it.
like gamification, just to kind of, see how it works.
Totally.
If it works at this level and the popularity is easy, then it's like, oh, well, it was easy to buy this game piece. Now I understand the benefits. So it's kind of like an early education of it, in
Yeah,
a way.
totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, think about the early days of Web 1.0, right? We were all in AOL chats.
Yeah.
Like, and then if you had a good, successful AOL chat and you tried to convert that to maybe a website that had a blog, we didn't even have podcasts in the, beginning days. Like
Yeah.
people don't even like, all these kids are being born and like they're being, have an iPad shoved in their faces from the second that they're born. Like they have no idea that, oh, this is a pen. You used to use a pen. You used to have to take physical money out of your, just like they have no understanding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so as things progress, this is such an early day. Now look, there's gaming. So we need to talk about gaming for 2 seconds, right? So gaming in your case is, interesting, right? So you were going to buy that utility, you're going to buy that NFT. It was going to be played in a game. You were going to get, so it's played to earn. So you're
Yeah.
going to,
You basically would earn their coin by
right.
playing, and they would do random things called an airdrop as well while you were playing. So
Right.
based off of like your popularity in the game, you might get a little bit more fraction than the other person,
Right.
and so forth. So it was interesting, and I see other people doing that, but like I just couldn't. At the time of the sale, I was probably looking at like $600 to $700 of US cash to buy enough Ethereum to purchase this NFT, and I was like, that's still like a lot of money to throw away to see it just go into nothing. But
Right.
I understand that it could go into something.
But
But I
had
just
they
didn't have enough, like, not that I didn't have faith in them. I think they can do well. And they seem to do well. But at the same time, I was still like learning and trying to figure out, like, is this real? Or is this company really going to take off? What makes this game better than the next guy that comes out that's got more funding, that can have a better programmer and a better game? This game's only on one platform. What about all the other 10 platforms you can play games on?
Right.
So I started to think that way, and I'm like, it's still early stage, but I don't want to just drop $600 and be like, oh crap, I lost $600.
And also, that game wasn't ready to launch, right?
That game doesn't even launch until this month.
Right.
The sale was in May for the NFTs for one, if you were on the whitelist, which I was on a whitelist, so I get a lower price. And then later in May, it went out to public for everybody. At the same time that happened, that's when the Ethereum price went down. And I was like, oh crap, I could have bought it cheaper, but I would have bought it at the public price, which was cheaper than the whitelist price
Yeah,
because
but
of the drop of Ethereum. And I was like, I can't be involved with this right now. I just have to watch the shitstorm.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, you have to it's just like surfing. I mean, this whole market is just like surfing. You have to know when
Wait
to
for that
catch
wave.
that
Yeah.
wave. You have to
Yeah.
watch and wait for that wave, and you've
Yeah.
got to catch it at the right time. And if you get it at the right time, you're golden, right? If you had bought an Axie Infinity, 2 years ago, and you were playing Axie Infinity, you'd have a lot of effing money right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
So
it's
the theory or the idea is good, I think, and it's still at the infancy of figuring these things out on who's better than who, and who I want to, put a little bit of money into to see what happens
yeah.
versus, like, oh my God, that's a horrible idea.